Welcome to Nerds That Get Laid.
Sometimes.
Man, all of us are here. Sorry we weren't here last week. We were celebrating mothers.
Nope.
So hopefully all you orphans out there that were sitting there on Monday morning crying.
And all you motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
That's everybody else that
Guilty.
makes up our audience.
Yeah.
So, it's good to be back, though. I missed you guys. 2 weeks without sitting around a room with smelly guys with microphones and headphones on.
I honestly feel like it's been way longer than 2 weeks, and I almost don't know what to do. I don't
must
know.
be. You're asking for a beer, so.
It's definitely a... Got any more, Chuck? Oh, Chuck's made of beer.
It's not bad, though. We're having
I'm
a
okay.
already had
Samuel
3.
Adams Summer Ale right now.
So, you want one? You want a TJ?
Relaxing for the summer showers that
exactly.
we've been hanging out
Actually
with.
cooled down a little bit because it's raining here in the Florida.
Actual water, not men.
So, guys, I went and saw Deadpool 2, and I'm sure everybody else did, and this isn't about the movie. It's
Yeah, we
about
saw
the experience of going.
A lot
And
earlier.
so I got in line to watch the movie, and I was going to buy a popcorn, and there was just 2 people in front of me, and I was like, I got the right line here. It's going to be good. And the lady in front of me proceeded to order 8 kids' meals, which was
my God.
the popcorn, the drink, and then pay for it with 8 different debit cards. And I was just sitting there going,
"Oh my God,
this jerk!" And I didn't say anything. I didn't mumble anything underneath but I heard people behind going, "What the fuck? What is going on?"
Yeah.
And then the people that came out for it came to get it, and they were actually adults that had disabilities, and I felt like an asshole.
Oh my God!
for
You should.
sitting there.
You should feel like an asshole for
Hey,
that.
but I did not voice it.
Yeah,
and luckily,
like other people.
Yeah, I did not make her feel bad. But the whole time up till that, I was like, "This fucking bitch! You're gonna order 8 things
and pay with it with 8
individually. You couldn't just do one." And so this is all run. And then I was like, "I'm glad I didn't make an ass of myself." Really dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Unlike the couple, 2 people behind us that were fucking bitching up a storm. I was like, I hope you feel
I hope
terrible.
you gave them the most judgmental look as you got your stuff and turned around to leave.
No, because then I was ready to order, and I really wanted my cookie dough bites. So
It's like, it looks like your politeness is disabled.
Yeah.
But enough about that. We got a lot of show, 2 weeks to make up for
Yeah,
it.
we
So
do.
let's go ahead and kick over to our NerdOns.
Get your nerd on. 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 Get your nerd on.
Welcome back to our Nerd On. This is where we go over what we've been nerding out on in the past couple of weeks. We're going to kick it off with our man, Rizzy Ray.
Rizzy Ray, I like that. I'm glad I'm that now.
Say the worst for first.
With those sweet gym shorts.
I know, right? You like my gym shorts? We'll talk about my gym shorts in a second.
They're actually Jimmy Ray shorts.
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh gosh, it's been a while. So I finished up Lost in Space season 1 on Netflix. I actually really enjoyed it. I know Chuck also watched and wasn't as much of a fan, but I really thought it was good. I'm excited to see more of that. I caught up on Westworld, and goddamn, have any of y'all caught up?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. The second episode was definitely getting some traction going on it.
Yeah, it's more questions, but it's so fucking entertaining to watch what's going on. It's like a goddamn train wreck about to happen. I love it. And that's just been great. Of course, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've been just keeping on through that.
Where are you at on that?
Where am I out? They're out of Florida, and they've done the most recent Halloween episode.
Okay, well, there was no... okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what the last episode we watched was. I would have to take a minute that I don't want to take, but it's been great.
Yeah.
I've been loving it.
It's such just a great show. Like
Yeah.
I just put it on and just giggle a whole lot. It's a great giggly show.
Yeah.
Anytime I always forget his name, but was it Daryl from The Office when he's on
Doug Judy.
Doug Judy.
Judy. Fucking Doug Judy is the jam.
I get the biggest smile when I see him.
That was
Season
the
5
last
Doug
episode.
Judy.
The episode where his brother stole the cars. That was the last episode I watched because it was a to be continued the episode before, and where he was meeting up with someone. He went Peralta went and sent out his card. He's like, I need to see him. And we're like, oh, shit, it's about to be Doug Judy. And it sure as fuck was. It was great.
Craig Robinson, that's his name.
Craig Robinson,
He's
yeah.
always so enjoyable.
I watched the first episode of Ghosted, which is him and Ben, I haven't kept up with it.
Me either.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes, but I haven't kept up with that either.
I liked it, though, and I love both of them.
Yeah.
So.
They're both, good.
True Blood. Allison's been rewatching True Blood, so I've been watching True Blood. It's been a hot minute since I've seen True Blood. It's still what it is. I mean,
it is a show that just started out with so much potential and just you down month or season after season.
The last season, we're in the second season now, and that is the absolutely nuts super orgy season.
Yeah.
It is super weird.
To me, that show, the first season is phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you watch that and just never watched another episode, you would always be like, that was one of the best shows I ever watched. And then they just kept trying to build out. Once they got the like fairies coming around and all I was just like, I don't like this show. I never finished it.
So last weekend, me and TJ and Allison and Katie went to Jacksonville we've gone before at FLGC, the friendly local game store in Jacksonville. They have a flea market where people sell used games and stuff like that. And infested with fleas. So we had a great time last year. We got a lot of good deals, so we wanted to go back this year. And me and TJ picked up a good little bit of some X-Wing stuff again to fill out our stuff. We got a good deal on that. And there was a dude there that was getting rid of his comic book collection, selling some comic books. So I bought a lot of stuff from him, but it was a lot of filler stuff. I've been trying to get my Alpha Flight finished. Some X Factor stuff. I decided to fill it in, and he had just tons of it. And it was really fun because me and there was a guy there. His name's Mike. He's in a podcast as well called The Long Box Guys. And we were going back and forth, and we were both collecting like the same series. And I'm like, "Fuck, this is gonna suck," because we're gonna be like trying to fight over these comics. And I'd be like, he'd be like, "Okay, we have number 86 here." And I'd be like, "I need that one," and he'd be like, "I have 87." And the other guy, Mike, would be like, "Oh, I need that one." And we just went back and forth. And I think there was one comic out of like over 200 that we crossed over on that we were like, "Oh, we both need that one. You can go ahead and have it." So that was really cool. But the guy was getting rid of his whole entire collection apparently, and was only able to bring this little bit amount that he brought. So he gave me his email, and I emailed him. I was like, "Hey, I'd love to come see the rest of your stuff." And me and TJ were able to go over there today. So we go to the guy's apartment, and there's Mike, the other guy from the podcast, is already there, like looking through the stuff and everything. And there's just tons of comics out on the floor. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's a lot of stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I'm separating it into X-Men, Avengers, whatever." And then the other dude, the dude whose apartment and comics were, he was like, "Hey, come here." Takes me in the back, and he's like, "These are the rest of the comics." And it's like a half of the apartment bedroom was just stacked like head level with boxes and boxes of Marvel comics, and there were even more like DC comics. So all day today, me and TJ went through comic books, and we got us a big old big haul. Big haul. Brought a lot of stuff, some awesome comics. Yeah. But here's one of the cool parts. We were there, and the dude's like, "Hey, I'm kind of getting tired. Can we shut this down?" And we start like closing everything up.
I'll give you $20 for everything.
Well, yeah, but we're getting through everything, trying to clean up for him and stuff. And he's like, "Well, I didn't tell you guys this when you showed up, but I wanted to talk about like the pricing and everything. I want to just give these all to y'all." Yeah, I had 5. We are between me and TJ. We had like 5 long boxes of comics, and the dude's like, "Yeah. You helped me out so much today. You helped me like organize this stuff and go through everything. You can just have them." And we were all like, "No way, man!" I told him, I said, "Dude, you're giving me 5 boxes worth of comics. I'm gonna throw you some cash." So like all of us threw him some money anyway.
Yeah,
but
on the ground, make him pick it up.
Yeah, we're like, "Screw you, man!" There, but yeah. It was really cool. It was fun because we just went through tons of stuff. Yeah.
So really cool. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like convinced you guys were going to get murdered.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing up to some strange dude we don't know's house to like
I'm going to see your
quote,
face.
Unquote, look at comics.
I'm going to see Ray's face stretched across a lampshade under the term Exhibit A in court.
It's the free candy van. Of
now,
let me ask you guys:
37-year-old dude's free candy van.
Like,
that's
you
me.
want,
you're
you
there.
Want some middle-aged dudes?
Did you at any point recognize that was just Chuck in the skies?
There were a lot of knives in the kitchen. I thought that was
all
strange.
The warning signs were there, and the guy
I should have noticed because there were all the knives, and there were cases and cases of opened and lukewarm. I
don't know, Blue Moon
there,
and wrestling DVDs,
and
tapes.
There were over 200 wrestling DVDs.
I thought this was Chuck's week to drive to Texas and be Brian Marshall.
But yeah, so that was like super cool.
See, if I was there, I'd have been like, "Awesome, you're giving me there. I'm gonna go into the other room and grab a few more boxes."
And we're supposed to get back with him probably in June and go look at all of his DC stuff because he had so much stuff. Even though we were there from like a little, it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock till like 5. We only got through the Marvel stuff.
And honestly, at the end of it, there's just a stack of Avengers there, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'll just get the stack. I'll just go through it later.
And this was before he told us where he's going to give us the stuff. I was just like, well, I'm just here's all this whole run of Darkhawk. I'll just take all of that. I don't want to look through these Alpha flights. I'll just take all those and buy them.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Hey, you just have them."
I'll just take the Captain Americas. I'll take the Avengers. I'll take the Doctor Stranges.
Yeah. So that was really cool. So I can't wait to go over there and look through his DC stuff and see what he's got.
Yeah.
He's trying to. I think he's trying to move and stuff. So.
I still think you guys are gonna get murdered.
Hey,
he gave you the first taste for free.
Yeah, I had
now
such a high
coming back
today. Yeah, I had such a high today on getting these comics that I'd probably be okay with it at this point.
He's like, next time, bring some more friends.
And dress in those athletic shorts.
Can all your friends wear shorts? And you got any girls that can come too?
That was the thing. I decided since I'm going over there to do this, I'm gonna be like bending around, like doing all this stuff, looking through all this
show off your beater.
So I went and bought a pair of these athletic shorts because I don't wear shorts normally, and to be more comfortable.
Odd all day,
every day,
walk around with Ray with basketball shorts,
especially with the cowboy boots on.
And my
really
Raptor Claw.
Yeah.
I also started watching Black Lightning this week.
Black Lightning,
and it's for if I didn't know it was a CW show, I wouldn't know it from watching it. It's a lot. The production's a lot different than the other shows. I'm not sure if I like
the trailer. In the trailers that they showed,
that trailer looked terrible.
Yeah. Trailers kind of look bad.
Well,
that's why I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the suit looks horrible. It just does. It looks bad. But the show I've kind of enjoyed so far. I think I've watched 3
getting a lot of good reviews.
That's the thing. That's why I decided to click play on it.
The production value in his outfit looks so fucking
His outfit is so bad. He's actually seems. I feel like he's a good actor when he's a principal. So I feel like he's a good actor as a principal. But let's see. We also saw Deadpool 2 this week, of course. Yep. All of us did. So we'll have to we'll probably ruin that for you at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And last thing,
or if you're friends with Chuck on Facebook, he'll ruin it for you already.
Ruined it for you.
It was in the trailer.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're so fucking full of... we'll talk about this later.
We will.
We'll talk about it later.
We will.
I started, guys. Hang on to your shorts. Hang on.
I'm not holding on to your shorts, Ray.
I started a video game this week. I started playing a video game. I had a bunch of
Pong,
huh?
Pong.
Finally finishing up that story mode on Pong.
I saw that they had the Rampage movie out, and I said, I should play that. I started playing Last of Us.
Nice.
I hate it.
You hate it.
I hate it. This is one of those games that I'm so bad at that it's not enjoyable for me.
Did you get through the opening scenes?
Yeah, well, some of them. I was one of the opening scenes, like you're crawling through a metro train area, and I was horrible at that. It took me so long to get through it. Now I'm in a place where we've taken the little girl. We know that she whatever spoilers. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. I'm not far enough in.
Up. Game's pretty old.
The little girl is infected with whatever it is, and we're trying to take her to some meetup. And we've gone into an army base, and I did that. That was fine. But now we're in an area where there's a lot of these, I don't know. There's the ones without the faces that can hear really good, and then there's the other ones that can run really good and see things.
Okay, so you got through the opening scene with his daughter and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty...
No, the story part seems to be right on. Yeah. I'm just really shitty
You're
at video games.
You're on easy mode, right?
No, I'm on normal mode.
That's where you're fucking up.
Put it on easy.
I feel really shitty playing things on easy.
I played that game on easy.
Did you?
I play games for the experience and the story. I don't really play them for the challenge.
No. I like just barely...
That game was hard on easy mode to me, personally.
Yeah, I'll play a game on... If it's a story game, I'll play it on easy because I want to see the story.
Okay,
I don't give a shit about...
I didn't want to be super wussy.
The only person I know, Lawmanac will play shit on hard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I will if I like the game and the mechanics and I want to go through it again and test
maybe I'll do
some
that.
skills.
Because I'm about...
I'll go through on hard, too.
I'm about to the point where I was like, I'm just going to start playing XCOM. Because I went through my games and I was like, okay, I have XCOM 2. I have... what's the Drake one?
The Uncharted
collection that Chuck got me. I have Last of Us, and I have Valkyria Chronicles, which I love.
Yeah.
But I've already played. So I was like, out of those 4, which one should I play? And I put that one in, and I just hate it.
Take that shit on easy and
that's
just
what
enjoy the story.
Because I was about to just be like, fuck it, I'm just going to play XCOM now.
Yeah.
Because I had to really...
You'll really hate that game. Because that game on easy...
Man,
I think
this game sucks because it's so hard. I'm going to go punch myself in the dick.
But I had to convince myself not to play Valkyria Chronicles because that's one of my favorite games.
When you mentioned it, I'm like, you should play... Wait a minute, you already played that. Never mind.
So that's it for me.
All right, so I'll go ahead and go. So,
here. So Nathan, what did you do for your nerd on this last 2 weeks?
Well, I did a lot, and I didn't keep my notes like I usually do, so this is all off of my memory today. So Deadpool 2, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
There's a new season of Tiny Houses, and I know it sounds lame, but I fucking love me some Tiny Houses, man. That is not even my guilty pleasure. I will talk to anybody about Tiny Houses.
I forgot to mention, and TJ will probably bring it up, they had another one of their food parties last night, and I think for 30 minutes we bitched about the people on Tiny Houses last night.
It was a good experience.
I was watching an episode this morning by myself before Chrissy got up, and I woke her up yelling at the TV. Because this one lady kept referring to her dogs as her fur babies.
No,
and and I was like, "Stop calling them fucking fur babies!" I was like yelling. No one's there with me. No one to entertain.
No one cares.
I was that mad at this lady for calling, and she's like, "Why are you yelling?" And I was like, "Because there's a lady on here that keeps saying fucking fur babies."
That's the worst.
That's justifiable.
Because the real question is there a more cringy phrase than fur babies?
I don't know. I can't think of one right offhand.
There probably
I feel like there is. I feel like there's some kind of pet name that a person can call another person, but fur babies is one of the worst.
Yeah. Besides that, I finally gave Broad City a chance on Hulu.
Allison started watching that. I didn't care anything about it. It was one of the shows she was going to watch, but I started watching it. It was pretty funny.
It's funny. It's a real just. I put it on. I watch it. I do other stuff, but it makes me laugh. And I really like the character Lincoln. He's pretty damn funny.
God.
Hannibal, whatever his name is. Besides that, I've been watching this new season of Silicon Valley. And it's a pretty good season. I know you guys haven't watched it, but if you have HBO, it's a good comedy show about tech. But they've now got into where they're talking about making cryptocurrency, so right on board of everything. Arrested Development. I've been trying to work my way through it and get to season 4 because I when season 4 came out, I tried it, I hated it, so I want to see the remix. And the new season comes out in
they're doing another new
next
season?
week.
I
Or
missed
the
that.
week after. I think it's the 29th.
Yeah, 29th.
Oh,
Season
okay.
5 comes out, so I want to
Okay.
be ready for that.
Which means they'll probably do it the old way instead of
It's the old way.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll be great. I didn't realize that. We'll have to start watching that because me and Allison had talked about it, but we've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So
And then went and saw Jay and Silent Bob Get Old live podcast.
I forgot you did that.
Awesome.
It was hilarious, man. Just the live interaction of those guys, the stories they were able to tell, and just the audience engagement. I mean, people were just eating it
Since
up.
you were hanging out with Jason Mewes, did you get like a sound clip that we can use on our podcast?
Yeah, I tried. It's just actually that's a funny thing. So it was sold out, and it sold out so fast when they announced it. They decided to do a second showing. So we had the first showing at 6, and so it was clearing out at 9:30. And I just happened to I met Kevin Smith's mom was there. She lives in Florida.
That's awesome.
And I seen her, and then I seen her walking out to the car. And Jason Mewes walks up to help her get in, and Kevin Smith walks by, and he's super polite, gets in the car, take his mom home. And I was like, hey Jay, do you mind if I get a picture with you real quick? And he was kind of did like his hand real low, like a 1 second, but walked off. And I was like, all right, whatever, because there was a million people starting to come out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this kid walks up. He's like, hey, were you the one that wanted a picture with Jason? I was like, yeah. He's like, come over here because he can't hang out, to take pictures, but he'll take a picture with you real quick over here.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so
he just didn't want to be out in the open.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So I walked over, and fucking Lominac just followed me, he's like, hey man, can I get in that picture too? And I was like, yeah, of course. I was laughing. He's like, I'm not missing the chance. But he was like, it was real quick interaction, but super nice. My phone was acting funny. He's like, nah, give me your phone, man. I'm really good at this thing. I took a couple selfies real quick, and said thanks, and he's like, I'm sorry, man, I got to go. I was like, no problem at all. And from that, I went and checked out his Instagram, and right now they're running a contest for Jay and Silent Bob, where you draw up a picture and you post it online. So I drew up one of them, a Bert and Ernie, but I did it as Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, that's good.
Posted on Instagram, and old tag. Old Jay liked my picture, man. I thought that was pretty cool. So
Good.
I just need him to repost it so I get some more followers.
Exactly.
But that was a great experience, great show.
Everyone has Instagram if you want to follow Nathan on there.
Yeah, that's
That's not a statement. It's my actual name. Everyone has.
Yeah,
Instagram.
everyone has Instagram.
Because
everyone has Instagram.
I made it very angrily when I was like, everyone fucking has Instagram. And
Mike's story of how he got that picture of Jason Mewes is almost exactly how I got that picture with Stan Lee with David Herringer.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Except for David was like, "Hey man, you want to come over here?" Or we're like, "Yeah,
Yes.
well, I was like, dude, he's right there. I'm gonna say hi, and I didn't even know Mike knows because Christy didn't even notice. I just walked away. And but like I said, great.
Because Mike loves you more than Christy.
That's very true. But for a live podcast, it was great to see it, and I think it kind of opened. The High Dive is the place in Gainesville where was at because they were asking, what are some other podcasts you guys like to see? So I was telling them a couple of the bigger ones because if people sell out and a lot of these podcasts do the live shows, I was like, bring them on, man. I'd love to see Last Podcast on the Left or My Favorite Murder or one of those guys come through.
Allison went and saw My Favorite Murder last year, and she loved it.
Yeah. So that's about my main NerdOns. So we'll go over to Chuck.
Deadpool 2, everyone has mentioned that. We'll talk about that later. Raid said he finished season 1 of Lost in Space. Burned through that since the last podcast. It was good, but I didn't think it was great.
What did you not like about it? Because I'm interested. I thought it was a really well done show.
Because I'm on episode, I think 6, and I've really enjoyed it. I think it's a little slow at times.
It is.
But to me, a good slow burn.
And also, I'm getting stressed watching it.
Oh, it's very stressful.
Because it's
fuck yeah.
What else can go wrong? Okay, got through this episode. Next, what the fuck else can this family go through?
Well, the show's called Lost in Space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not... Okay, got out of it
it's
in an hour
I
in
felt
space.
like the first episode...
they're still on this one planet, and they end up meeting up. Spoilers, apparently. Since that's what
No.
Okay.
That's too new.
Not the same thing.
But there's other people there, but it's everything just starts snowballing, just getting worse and worse and worse
It's
and
like
worse.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, with a robot.
The first
Just as
episode
zany.
I thought was insanely stressful.
Yes.
No, yeah,
But-
the first
but
episode
after
had to
that,
remind myself
I thought
to
they were
breathe.
just normal, suspenseful episodes.
Moments.
Yeah.
Dr. Smith, it was I just didn't care
let's
for
talk
her.
about Parker Posey. She's fucking
She's great.
Incredible in this.
She plays
She's Dr.
such
Smith,
a good villain. Like
she is so.
She's just
good at it.
manipulative. That's all she is.
But that's why I like
she's
her because
good
she's
at it.
very realistic. Like she's gonna survive.
Oh yeah,
and she's to the point. Not only she doesn't react, she's on the offensive. She doesn't want to have stuff happen to her. So she's gonna. It's not that she's evil. She's like, I'm gonna get fucked. I'm gonna fuck these guys instead.
I would consider her to be a not. You know how Gaius was like that, like looking out for himself, but he was like sort of mousy and scared of things. She's a very confident Gaius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows how to make it
That's
work.
dangerous.
For herself.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You automatically hate her, but you can't help but to kind of respect her for, like, especially with her backstory, not even supposed to be there in the first place. How she got there is just,
she's evil.
It's good writing. Good writing.
But other than that, caught up on season 5 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I have last week's episode in tonight's episode, which is the season finale. Would have been the series finale, but so I got 2 episodes left, and I'm done with that till NBC does their thing.
Spoiling the news.
Spoiling news.
If Chuck was a villain, he'd be the spoiler.
I also watched.
There's actually a
TJ talked about it quite often.
Give milk to Chuck.
But the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah, have you not watched
the first season of that?
Have you not watched that before? I thought you had. Or
no,
was
just watching that family baking thing.
Yeah, you watched the family one.
I watched the family one, but I watched the first season of the Great British Baking Show.
It's so damn pleasant.
It was good. It was really good. I was disappointed with who won.
Yeah. Who was your person?
I don't remember that stuff.
First, it was Martha.
Okay,
and then it was Richard.
Oh yeah, Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the two I liked.
Richard kind of dropped the ball a couple times in that first season.
Yeah, he make it close to the end though?
He was the one in the finals.
Yeah,
but it was that older lady, not the old lady.
You guys remember this show way better than I do. I watched it.
Well, I just finished it, but I started the second season.
I usually don't.
2 days ago, and I'm not liking the second season so far.
It gets a lot better.
Okay, because it's really rough
all
right
the seasons of that are pretty good. How many are there? 3, 4?
Is there 4?
There's 4 on Netflix.
Yeah, there's 4 on Netflix, but we only have 4 here. But it's such a pleasant
It's just you just watch it. I love it. Smile.
We've talked about this before, but we'll talk about it again. I love it because of how non-competitive they are
and non-Americanized tradition. Where there's no
they'll help each other out.
When people are fucking up, they're like, "Well, I guess I'm kind of screwed the pooch, haven't I?"
There was one moment I felt sorry for one of the contestants. It was the first season was Ian when they had to do the baked Alaska, and somebody pulled his ice cream out to get theirs and forgot to put it back in,
and his ice cream didn't set.
It didn't set, and he just threw it out. And
away.
I was like, I was pissed at that part.
Yeah, because I liked Ian, but
he was a fun guy. But
it's the dumbest thing because we're a nerd podcast and we're talking about this fucking baking show. It is so relaxing. It is. It is so just pleasant to watch.
But there's so many stuff I'm like, I would not eat that.
Most of the stuff I would not eat.
A lot of that looks amazing.
Most of that stuff looks nasty.
They do a lot of tarts and stuff like that. Things I don't like. Like we're going way. You guys want to start a third podcast?
All Chetna stuff. The Indian lady.
Yeah,
all her
Nerds
stuff.
Who get fat.
Oh, yeah,
we just need to turn this into a food podcast.
Well, we're big guys. We like food, but other than that, probably the biggest thing I did this week was
what's her name?
Made my trip to Gainesville.
Yeah,
I was going to see that
guys.
Look at this guy.
Whoa,
tablet motherfucker
Do
here.
not interrupt. This is story time. It's a 5 story time.
He risked life and limb.
I was planning on seeing Deadpool with a buddy of mine, and she's a female. It did not work out. She wanted to be in Gainesville by 4. I couldn't make it, so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go. I haven't been to Gainesville since 2008 when I had to take a drug test for another job.
You went over there with me.
Driving.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been there driving.
I wouldn't risk driving that 80-something Ranger
96. But damn it, the Danger Ranger made it.
I've had a shitty S10 myself or whatever. You had the Ranger, but I've been in your shoes. I tried to make a trip to Gainesville once, but I took the back roads. I took was it 441? Doesn't matter.
Straight interstate. I was like,
I made it about halfway.
Yeah.
You're right now. You took that thing on the other
balls on this guy.
Yeah. I had to slow down at one
He's
point.
like clanking when he's sitting there in the chair.
I'm surprised you getting pulled over for going 40 miles per hour.
No, I did hit 80, and I realized I have to slow down. But
that car doesn't. You are a goddamn liar.
That speedometer
it shakes.
broke.
It shakes.
God,
I'm
Dude, I was getting past doing that, okay?
Yeah,
So fuck
that's the
But,
truth. But still,
I would have passed you doing it if you were doing 80.
if I saw that motherfucker, I was like,
hell was
I
that
gotta
going
put some
to 80?
distance between me
Like I
before that
said-
thing explodes.
I'm passing for my
Exactly.
safety.
Like I said, I was going to go see Deadpool with a buddy of mine, but our schedules did not work out. But TJ had asked about if anybody was going to Gainesville this week, stop by this place, Ollie's. So I went by, and TJ mentioned in his Nerd On, got a bunch of graphic novels for really fucking cheap, a lot
That's
of
awesome.
hardcovers. But I think I might go back in a couple weeks because they have a lot of DC hardcovers, like $2.99.
Yeah,
lot of
their
new
graphic
52
novels are so cheap. If you're in Florida, don't go to Ollie's for
No.
a couple of weeks.
No. But
and then after we go and talk about it, then you can go.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I might have to ride over to Gainesville.
yeah. And also with that, since I was in Gainesville, I'm like, you know what, I may as well do it since I haven't been there in years. I went to Toys R Us, still open, and just walked around about half an hour just taking it in, childhood leaving. But sitting there looking, I was like, grabbed an exclusive that they had at Toys R Us. It was the Marvel Legends A4 set, which I wanted for a while, but I wasn't going to pay, I think it was like the $120 for it.
Set, yeah.
So
Because that's like She-Hulk and
it's She-Hulk.
Captain Marvel.
No,
Is she not in it?
it's She-Hulk, Sif,
Monica Rambeau. I
Monica
think.
Rambeau, Singularity, Elsa Bloodstone, and Female Loki.
Okay.
And it's normally like $120. I got it for $70.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to take that.
That's a lot of things. They had some. I think they had the Ghost Rider Marvel
I
Legends
already
there.
have that.
Okay.
I got it
The
before.
Black Widow was there too.
That Black Widow, yeah.
And
With her bike or something.
mhm,
Yeah.
she's part of the Rider series they started. Also been doing a lot of Marvel Unlimited since I've had some time this last 2 weeks.
You took my advice, even though you were pissed about it.
Yeah, but
Tell me what you've been reading.
I didn't read I just read the straight story, not the side parts to it.
Mhm.
For went through Planet Hulk
Okay.
real
great.
quick.
That's
Wanted
a
to
good
read that
one.
for a
It's
while,
pretty fun.
along with World War Hulk.
The only one I can think of, World War Hulk wise, the side stories. I love the X-Men side story.
Yep. Well, I didn't do any
Yeah.
of those. I just went for the main story. Did the same with Civil War 2,
Civil War 2 or Civil War also?
the second Civil War.
Okay, Civil War 2 is bad.
The first one was better,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it
the
wasn't
first one's
and
not
it wasn't
great.
that good.
Civil War 2 is pretty bad.
Yeah. And I'm currently only 2 issues in. I'm doing the Secret Wars, but I'm going to do all of it.
Shit. No, don't do Secret Wars.
The 2015 one.
I know. Do New Avengers up to Secret Wars. It is like
Okay.
40 extra issues. It is so fucking worth it.
Okay.
Because that's like several years of slow burn that is incredible when it comes across.
Okay. And I finally started, after Mother's Day, the Right Year Revelations.
Yes.
And I took y'all's advice. I dropped the speed. I didn't drop it down to 1. I went to 1 1/4. I'm going to have to go through when I'm done with the series because I feel like I'm missing some stuff because I'm not focusing on it. Because at 1/5, I have to pay attention completely. But I'm enjoying it. I don't know why you say Hadrian's your favorite,
I love Hadrian.
because I haven't felt like there's been something that's wowed me about him yet.
How far are you in?
I can't really spoil
chapters.
it. No,
You're-
I'm in the second. I have
No
8
one-
hours left of the second book.
Oh, you're in the second book already.
I started it last Monday,
Man,
so
yeah,
I've had it for 2 weeks.
by
and
then, I for me personally, Hadrian is just such an enjoyable character. He has this.
he's already found out his thing.
Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, he's the guardian of Nevron.
Well, he found out he is the Guardian.
Yeah, to me, it's the thing. Why I like Hadrian is like no matter how bad things are, he just has
He's
this
upbeat.
confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the characters. To me,
Arista's my favorite right now.
Arista's great.
Mm-hmm.
And once she really starts to learn her powers, like in magic, the way that Sullivan writes it is so amazing.
Because I mean, I don't know how to explain it because I spoil shit. But
Well, these are books that no one else is going to read besides
okay,
you.
fine. It's after it's when she's going around
They're 10 years old, also.
as Ellie, and the boy fell on the cobblestone, and she's wearing
Brings
Hardin's robe.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten past that yet because they're asking her to help. That's where I left off at.
yeah. No, Arista's great. I like Royce. I mean, like I said, every single character essentially is enjoyable. There's even like people like Magnus. Like I love Magnus is one of my favorite characters.
He hasn't been around for a while.
He's real smart. Like I don't think he comes back to like the final book.
Okay, because they sent him off with Myron to do the Abbey.
Yeah, I like Myron. Yes. Myron's great as just like the monk that remembers everything. It's just to me, it's a fantasy book that is just done so well. Like, because when Sullivan wrote it, he wrote the entire series before it was published. So it's not like he published one book, wrote some more. So he has it planned out. So the ending has tiebacks to the beginning. It was well thought out all the way through.
That's good.
Yeah, and not to me, because it's 2, 4, 6, it's 8 books. You know, so like he wrote a lot because like
there's how many in Revelations?
Every Audible credit you do is 2 books in one.
Yeah.
So and there's three series. So it's I'm sorry, 2
6.
6. Sorry, 6. There's 2 other books.
But he did the Chronicles that go before it.
Yeah, but man, it is just such a phenomenal series. I just like the writing, the action he does. He built an amazing world. I'm doing my second read through right now. And it's been awesome. And also just like I bought some stuff from him, and like he emails you directly as a a fan of his work. Man, I love the fucking books. I'm glad you're reading it.
That's the one that he emailed you back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's also getting one of his books turned into a graphic novel, and there's a single issue out.
That's cool.
And I bought it accidentally through Christie's email, but it's one of those things like when you email to get, he's the one replying back. Like, he's still very hands on with his.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with Royce. And I love the fact his secret. He thought it was such a secret, and like people are like, "Yeah, we knew.
Yeah,
we know what you are.
We knew that the whole time, buddy." So
he's an elf, half elf.
Mirror.
Yeah.
Is that it for you?
Yep.
Glad you're reading it, TJ.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
why do I have a cat?
I think 90% of what I was going to have on mine has already been covered, but. Just a reminder.
All right, let's go right with the news.
Just a reminder. Did see Deadpool 2. Bought a bunch of comics with Ray. Went to a board game flea market with Ray. We had our Apps and Zerts party.
Yep.
Which was a lot of fun as always. Always appreciative.
I was mad there
of my
was
friends.
no Sammy's or some Chicky Parm Parm.
Chicky Parm Parm.
As far as new stuff I got this week, Chuck mentioned he went down to Ollie's. I'd seen on some Facebook posts that they had the Titans Return Triptychon available for $50.
It's the fucking Godzilla of Transformers.
Yeah, it turns into a city. It's the complement to the Metroplex.
Yeah.
And, man, I was like...
Pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome.
How much does that thing usually go for with the BMS?
Was it 150?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good size figure.
You should have bought another one and fucking sold it on eBay, Chuck.
Well, everybody that was watching knew that it was on sale at Ollie's.
Gotcha.
Arrested Development Season 4. Me and Katie finished that up this week. And I liked Season 4 when it originally came out. It was a little odd.
Yeah.
And some of the oddness is still kind of there, but not quite. And they've done some really smart editing to get everything up to speed. And I'm so ready for Season 5 now.
I'm rewatching it makes me just very excited.
Yeah. I've also been watching this other show. About a year ago, in our book club, we read this book called Into Thin Air. It was about the 1996 disaster on Mount Everest. So it's kind of been one of those things where I really got interested in some of the background of it. Not to where I want to go climb the fucking mountain or anything, but I just kind of like watching things about it and stuff. And then, so I was on Amazon and I saw this show where the, good God, Chuck's over there with his damn fur baby.
Yeah.
So
sorry, we're being distracted by a kitten in the in the studio.
We found one.
We found one in under our house, so we've taken him in so we can take him to somewhere or give him to someone.
That being said, if anybody wants a cat,
if anyone wants a cat, let me know because
Ray will mail him to you.
I'll mail him to you. Poke some holes in the box.
So I've been watching this show that's called Everest Beyond the Limit, and it's a show where they'll follow these people climbing up the mountain and everything, and they show like them going up, and they have a cameraman with them. They have also helmet mounted cams.
Okay.
They can see from their point of view. And everything I've ever watched about climbing up Everest has made me go,
wow,
no fucking way.
Yeah.
But there's this dude on there, it's an amputee from the knees down. Dude's got like...
I saw previews for this.
Yeah.
This looks insane.
Yeah, dude's like trying to climb the mountain like that. And so when he's got to put crampons on, like the little... like the attachments that would normally go on boots so you can grip ice.
Yeah, they have
he
like
just switches his
them.
feet out.
He has his own crampon feet.
He has his own crampon feet, which is pretty cool. Then there's the asthmatic that decides he's going to climb Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen.
No.
Hey, whatever. And then there's the guy from California on there who does custom motorcycles and shit. That's been in like a really bad motorcycle accident. So he's pointing out the spots on his body where he's got metal plates and screws and everything. He's pointed like 8 different parts on his body. He's like, and my spine looks like I got a trash can wrapped around it. And they show an x-ray of his spine, and it's like this grid of, it looks like a trash can is around his spine.
Where are you watching this on?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, I've seen some really bad frostbite already. I saw a guy afflicted with high altitude cerebral edema.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why?
And,
why?
Because they want to go up the mountain.
Why? That's
because it's there, Chuck.
I guess
because it's there.
Man.
Yeah, the smartest dude I've seen on there so far. Well, 2 smartest dudes. One is the expedition leader who sits down in the tent at base camp and directs them all the way up and down and everything. That guy's pretty smart because he's getting $45,000 a head for everybody that goes up, and he's like, "Yeah, you can go, or you cannot go." And the fireman that quit after camp 2, he's like, "Fuck this."
To quote Mitch
Turned
Hedberg,
around, he's like, "I hit the wall. I'm going
I just
back."
want to go and hang out at base camp because it just sounds like a cool thing. You going up? Yeah, man. Eventually,
just grow a beard and
I'm
eat some
just
hot
I'm just gonna sip on some cocoa and
just
fuck around in base
just
camp.
biding my time.
Yeah. Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's pretty much my stuff.
All right. Let's switch over to Ray with the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now. He's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray is reading the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? I hope it's good. This is Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat.
All right, guys. So we got a bunch of news. We got 2 weeks to make up, so we're gonna speed through it. But we'll still, we'll comment.
We're just going to answer with boos and yays on everything he announces.
Bullseye is going to be part of Daredevil, the Netflix show.
Yay!
So that's cool. Batwoman will be in the Arrowverse crossover, the WB with Arrow. When every year they have a Flash, Arrow, Legends, Supergirl crossover event, and Batgirl and Gotham are going to be.
I'm all for that.
Are you for it?
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Especially if the costume looks cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I wonder. I don't know. It's weird having Batwoman without Batman, but we'll see.
Very true.
What
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was renewed for season 6, which is a super big surprise to me.
I think this is probably going to be last one though.
Everyone thought the season 5 was going to be the last one.
The storyline they set up was pretty ambitious though.
The season 4 was really good because that was the LMDs and the Ghost Rider. Season 5 has all been about the end of the world. Like literally, they went into the future and all kind of stuff. There have been more stuff with the Kree, and now it's Gravitron. Gravitron, is that his name?
Graviton. I think.
Graviton is the villain in it now. That has been okay. I'm still watching this thing. I don't know. Anyway, so season 6. I don't know. I'm surprised. Later this year, we're going to get a She-Ra on Netflix.
Yay!
Yay?
Yeah, yay for Katie.
Boo.
Oh, Katie loves She-Ra.
Yep.
I mean, I don't give a shit. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she's getting one. when
Live
her
action
brother's not.
or animated?
Animated.
Yeah, well, because there's been those rumors forever that fucking He-Man eventually is going to get a live action again.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while.
And that's most likely why that's probably locked up. Or the She-Ra rights are easier to attain or something
Maybe.
like that.
Probably.
So Gotham is getting ready to close its doors, but don't worry. We're going to get another Batman prequel without Batman, and it's Alfred Pennyworth. The series is going to be on Epix, which is MGM's streaming service that we all know and love and probably subscribe to, right, guys?
Boo.
This is going to be called Pennyworth.
I boo you.
Yeah. I boo that show. It's not even worth the penny.
Netflix renewed Lost in Space, so we're going to get season 2. I'm excited about this. Chuck's going to have an aneurysm over this one. Thundercats. There is going to be a new cartoon launched in 2019 called Thundercats Roar, and
it looks really
like
good.
shit.
it looks a little different than the original.
No,
it looks about the same to me. I don't know. The animation's right up there with it.
But no, when the guy that's in charge is like, "This is a Thundercats that
it's a cross-dressing cat that has a mini
I just can't get over that guy's hair. Dude.
I know. The guy,
I can't take you serious.
He's like, the video that we watched showed the, I guess, the creator, producer, one of the main guys. And he had a beautiful palm tree on the top of his head.
Yeah,
and he's like,
he was a huge fan. You know, he was the real fan. Because when I go to Chuck's murder apartment, there is no cat. I mean, there's skin everywhere, but there's no cat skins or things of Thundercats.
But I have all the seasons. They had a good run.
It looks,
but they canceled after one season from Cartoon Network.
The animation
really
looks
good.
Similar to the Teen Titans Go.
I
it's
think
not the same, but it's close.
It's going to be very close to
Powderpuff
that.
Girls, that's what it kind of looks like.
It's like
to me.
trash art.
The eyes.
What's that Universe show? That's what it actually looks like to me. Steven's Universe. That's what it actually looks like to me.
It's that very quick animation. Like they can draw that stuff so fast, and I think that's why they do it because it's so much cheaper to do. Because the old animation of the old like Thundercats and stuff like that was so probably expensive to make.
Yeah, they had to make some crappy jokes and go 5-minute segments. And
well, he said that in the thing. I think we were all completely astonished by his hairdo, but he was saying that Thundercats, because it's so ridiculous, lends itself to humor, but I always liked that it was something that was so ridiculous that was taken seriously.
Yeah.
I thought that was always. I think that's an interesting way to do things.
If you want to break down, most superhero stuff is ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean I want a 30-minute cartoon of it.
Yeah, being ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I'm an old man though. I'm supposed to be
we're
grumpy.
not the target demographic.
Absolutely.
This is for the kids of today's youth.
They don't know what it is, though.
Well, they will now.
They will now, yeah. And they'll tell you what's up with Thundercats.
Yeah. You don't know the real Thundercats, Chuck.
When this has
they'll sit them down and
Marshall's going to sit you down in a year.
10 years from now, when there's 10 seasons out, and there's this epic backstory of stuff, and
we'll get to
Marshall's going to sit you down and school you, Chuck.
Justice League, or not just Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans been around for a while now.
3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
I think it's almost longer than the original Teen Titans series.
Maybe. Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled by Fox on Thursday, but picked up by NBC on Friday.
Yay!
Yeah.
So good job on NBC. They're going to be doing 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So
probably just wrap it up. Give them a finale to the story.
I don't know how that works. Like, do they have to buy rights to anything, or do they just pick I don't know.
NBC owned the show.
Okay.
But then they sold the rights to Fox to air it, and then they're just kind of picking it up because they saw the fan demand.
I wonder if the 13 episodes will take it over 200 total, because that's the sweet spot, because then they get syndication.
Yeah.
And then they can sell it off for more rights. And then if it's received really well on NBC, there's a chance they'll extend it.
Yeah.
The 13 episodes is probably like a safe test run.
I think I'm only in season 3 or 4, but it's like hitting its stride now. So I don't know
if they're
season
already
5
back from Florida and the cruise, you're getting close to 5.
Oh, am I? Okay.
You're getting close.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things too, to where people are discovering it on streaming.
That's where I found it.
I think for a long time it wasn't a streaming show, and I think it's slowly becoming a streaming show. It's not The Office.
No.
Yeah, a few years before. my buddy Jeremiah he's like, you need to watch the show, man. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's hilarious, and I wrote it off. I didn't know that it was like from the same guy that created Parks and Recs. I probably would have jumped on a lot quicker.
We started watching it a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, and something else came up. Because season 1 is fine.
Season 1's hilarious. It's definitely not a show that I'm on season 2 now, so I like further down it might even be. I mean, I think it's been consistently very funny.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a weak first season. Like some comedies start out very weak and shaky. Like
it definitely has built to much more than that first season was, though.
Yeah.
So
it's only 112 episodes.
Okay, so they're pretty far away from being syndicated.
Yeah. We got a teaser for The Witcher. It's going to be a Netflix series. So I don't know anything about it,
but I'm sold on it.
The games are really fun, and
I hear a lot of people talk about the games.
I played The Witcher 3 a little bit. Like it was a beautiful game. I don't know. Like I didn't get into it though. I played it for a couple hours. I played. I mean, probably 10, 12 hours. I gave it a little go, but it didn't hook me, so I didn't finish it up.
It has a lot of choices that you make throughout the game. Do I save this person? Do I not save this person? Do I help this person? Do I not help this person? And all these things kind of come into play in the end game. So it's a really deep story, and it's
people love it. Yeah,
I know people love it. So, so I wasn't wowed by this trailer, though.
I'm glad it's a series because you can build it instead of doing a movie.
I'm more excited to see how a game adaptation goes over for a series because I can't think of any in the past of a game.
No.
And we've all spoken numerous times about most game movies. They're terrible. So this is a really...
Only exception is like Super Mario Brothers.
But... It'll be interesting to see if they have a better chance of developing out the story and letting it build. Or it could be a giant turd like every other video game adaptation. So.
Yeah, but Netflix, they do have a very good track record.
Nothing's a new Street Fighter.
And I love Street Fighter, but... And the preview did look pretty good. Like it didn't look amazing, but it graphically,
I don't know what about it didn't grab me, but I just wasn't grabbed by it. But I mean, it's not one I wouldn't try. Because I know enough people like about it.
When it comes out, I'll eventually hit play on it. Yeah, it's Netflix.
Yeah.
Nightflyers is a series. It's a George R.R. Martin series. It's coming this fall from SyFy.
Yeah, I guess it was a novella,
maybe,
of that George R.R. wrote in like the 80s or 90s. He definitely wrote it before Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So
this show is an adaptation of that, and it's by SyFy. But I will say, it looks like they are pumping some money behind it.
Me and TJ were just talking today. They had that show, The Expanse, that was supposed to be really, really good. I think it only got 2 or 3 seasons.
I didn't watch it, but the people that did watch it loved it. Like,
I think it's on Amazon, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
So I need to check it out.
This one, I guess, they're describing it as essentially a haunted house in space.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be AI that pretty much comes to life and starts killing everybody off.
Huh.
There's some 2001 in there, too. Then.
Yeah, that type of stuff. And I guess hologram projections and stuff like that. So it's a mixture of that. And that's why they're like, the trailer that we saw was a mixture of like behind the scenes with the cast and crew and then little scenes. But they're saying, don't bring, what is it, Nightwing? What is it called?
Oh, Nightflyer.
The Nightflyer
back to Earth.
Yeah.
This is not a distress call. It's a warning. So,
I mean, I'm pretty curious. I don't have SyFy. It'll be one of those shows that I'll have to wait till it comes over to Netflix. So hopefully it does good enough for
Netflix to do something with
Does
it.
SyFy stuff normally air on Hulu?
That's a good question. I don't
recall. There hasn't been anything on SyFy that I've been interested in watching while it's going on, which is normally the Hulu thing, so I'm not sure. Movies we apparently due out in a matter of months. Tenacious D sequel to the Pick of Destiny.
Yeah, pretty excited to see if it's out in months. Like I'm wondering what scale it is because I have heard nothing. It just,
I think Jack Black. I was reading. He said that like he doesn't know how it's going to be released yet.
Crackle.
It might have been shot. Yeah, maybe they shot it very low budget.
But that I mean, their show was pretty low budget.
Yeah,
and it was hilarious still.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's still a good chance, and it's Tenacious D. Someone will pick it up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
especially
true.
if they've already shot it. And all they got now is distribution and marketing.
Bill and Ted 3 has been announced. Steven Soderbergh is going to be the executive producer, and Dean Parasot from Guardian Quest is going to be the director of it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't care.
Sometimes with these like sequels that are like years and years and years and years and years too late, they can be fine still. They can I
don't know. Just no George
discover it.
Carlin.
No, that's true. That's true.
That's a big downer.
I guess we'll have to see. That's the thing that is happening. They've been talking about for about 10 years now, so apparently it is actually happening.
I just like, who wants this sequel? Like,
I don't know. They do.
Alex Winters.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of tempted to buy the Wild Stallions figures at Toys R Us, though.
Oh, that's funny.
I did see those.
So Aaron Tyler Johnson, who is the actor that plays Quicksilver, has been spotted on the scene for Avengers 4, which is an interesting thing. So I've always said I thought he was going to come back, but we also think that there might be time shenanigans.
Oh, there are.
With the Captain America suit and everything that we've seen.
Yeah.
So
that makes more sense to me. That it's going to be like callbacks.
Yeah, to another time. I wonder if they're going to bring people back with them, like Quicksilver ends up being from another timeline, and now he's back again.
That's what I was curious about as well. Is that going to happen? Are some of the past villains that have been killed going to come back and maybe be a bigger threat?
Because Ronan's supposed to be in this. Like,
no, he's in Captain Marvel. I don't know if he's in this.
Marvel?
Yeah, he's in Captain Marvel.
He's in
him and Coulson and Nick Fury are in Captain Marvel because it's set in the 90s.
Yeah, but like,
gotcha.
It'd be interesting if Ultron finds a way back somehow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I really hope we haven't seen the end of him because I think there's some. I think
some traces.
He was
of him
very
still there.
Whedoned.
Yeah,
I guess as a.
This is another like dumb fanboy thing, and I'm sure they'll do something much better. But how instead of Thanos having an army of millions of things, having an army of all of the villains, that have died.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. James Gunn announced the name of the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It is going to be called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. To no one's surprise, I think everyone was expecting that.
I did kind of like the MP3 one that was suggested.
Someone suggested that you call it Guardians of the Galaxy MP3 because you got the MP3 player at the end of Guardians too.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I'm okay with the Volume 3. I think keep it simple.
Melissa McCarthy is going. These are some trailers that we've got. We'll link to them on the notes and everything. Happytime Murder with Melissa McCarthy and puppets. This is essentially
I think the wrong things got murdered in it.
Yeah. This is an adult puppet movie that's supposed to like sort of parody
Sesame Street
or Muppets. Yeah. So
the dark underbelly of that society.
Yeah. I mean, there were some funny parts to it, I guess.
Oh, you were smiling. You were chuckling.
Yeah. I don't know if this is something I'm like, this is not something, I don't like Melissa McCarthy at all. I didn't think she was funny in the trailer at all. But we'll I guess we'll see.
I love Stanley's got some work.
Okay. Stanley being in it was the thing that was like, oh shit. Well, maybe I'll go see this after all. But yeah. Trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody finally, and good God. The I heard about the Bohemian Rhapsody movie being made, and I was like, I might watch that when it comes out on Netflix or Hulu or whatnot.
Yeah.
But good Lord, after seeing that trailer,
it's a definite movie.
That trailer looks good.
Looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I actually had completely written it off because when they were, Sacha Baron Borat?
Sacha Baron Conan.
He was originally tied to a play, Freddie Mercury. He can sing phenomenally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also, if you look at him without it, he could definitely have pulled off
the barber thing. Wasn't he in that?
Sweeney
really
Todd.
Good? Yeah.
He sung. He has a really good voice, but he was attached to it, and he ended up leaving because the Queen members were like, well, no, Freddie Mercury's going to die in the middle of the movie. We want the, third act to be about how Queen, carried on and kept going. And it's like, no one gives a shit about Queen after Freddie Mercury.
No one cares about that.
Yeah, but looking at this, and I guess they even had Bryan Singer was originally directed, and he got fired from it.
Thank God.
Yeah. And they had someone else finish it up. So it really had all the writings of a train wreck.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this could be
a
really
very good edited trailer.
Because you got the awesome mix of the music, like that mashup.
That was a great mix at the beginning.
Yeah, the mashup of the music is great, but the scenes look really good, and I mean, I'm pretty damn excited for this.
Yeah, what I love is there's four spoken sentences in the whole trailer.
Yes.
Everything else is music.
Yeah.
And so that's great.
As it should be. It's it's a movie about Queen, so hopefully it's very heavily on the music, and these music biopics can be pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've had some good ones.
Yeah, the guy looks like Mercury. He has his mannerisms down.
Especially once he has the mustache and the slick back hair, I was like, that looks...
That's scary.
But even the mannerisms, he has it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
We also got a trailer for the DC animated Death of Superman.
Yeah.
I think we've all talked about. It's like, why? Because they made this. They had the Doomsday animated with.
Yeah.
But as TJ kind of pointed out, like when you look at it, was all the 52 costumes, which did they run another Death of Superman when 52 was going?
They ran a Doomsday fight with him.
I remember Doomsday.
They buried the Death of Superman at the very end of 52.
Oh yeah, I don't remember it being promoted as anything.
But it wasn't against
it was.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like it was implied that he's already had the fight with him?
And yeah, it was implied when Doomsday came back in 52 that he had already had that Doomsday fight. So it was just, 52 was really weird.
Gotcha.
With their timeline stuff.
So I'm curious because I mean the trailer looked fine. It looked like a entertaining animated movie,
and it could be a lot of fun. So I'm not. DC's animated stuff has always been
pretty solid.
Yeah,
I've yet to really watch one that was bad.
Yeah, that's true. I was even like stoked for it. I'm like, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, I'll check this out.
The Predator. We got a trailer for The Predator now.
It doesn't look as bad as I thought it was. Like hearing, because I remember reading distinctly that Shane Black had and I think there's hints in it, but more of a comedy is how he wants to do The Predator.
It looks. I did note that when I watched it because I didn't realize that had been said. And I was like, there's kind of some jokiness to this. I don't know how that's going to be.
I think it's because that's what he's known for. I mean, even like the first Predator wasn't hilarious, but there was like little
nods to it.
And then I think he really honed his skill. I mean, because I know he did Iron Man 3, but he also did stuff like I think he did he did
I forgot
Tough Guys and Knockaround Guys. Which was it's a phenomenal movie with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
The Other Guys,
yes,
that was fun.
Great. It was a great action mixed with comedy, and he also did what was it? Long Kiss Goodnight or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? As Robert Downey Jr. and I believe Val Kilmer. Another really good one. He knows how to write a really good action comedy. So you just take that idea and you throw fucking Predator into it. And
I think he was a writer on Lethal Weapon as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wrote.
That makes perfect sense.
He's wrote some. Yeah, he wrote all the Lethal Weapons, I believe. At least the first one. I know you read it now. So with that being said, seeing the trailer and like it has like people like Jordan Peele or the other one of the guys from Key and Peele.
Die Hard.
No,
Die Hard's in this movie.
When Die Hard shows up and kicks Die Hard,
like what Black's worked on.
Yeah, did he write? Did he help write?
No.
Die Hard, I thought he had.
He did help write the first two Lethal Weapons, Last Boy Scout, Last Action Hero, Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight, yeah. Good movie. Great movie, actually. So the guy has a great talent.
And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, of taking that mashup. So I'm pretty excited because he wrote Predator. So, he has the best track record for writing a Predator.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what he accomplishes with this movie. Because it looks like the main guy they're showing in the trailer, which the trailer, to me, that was almost a teaser. It's 30 seconds long. It's a very
I don't remember much from it, and I've watched it a couple times.
The guy that's talking, he's like, well, we are assassins, which kind of makes sense to have, a group of assassins fighting a predator, and it'll be in a suburb. So I'm excited for it. I thought it was going to be terrible.
the one thing me and Mike were sitting together at Deadpool 2, and we kind of chatted a little bit about it, was it's like they want to kidnap us for genetic experimentation or something like that, or genetic manipulation. Like, and we're talking about it being a little bit too much peeling back the onion on, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Like, you're going too deep into this thing. You don't need to go into motivations.
The more you try, the more you're trying to explain to Predators, like
it's like the aliens.
Yeah, keep them with some mystique. You know, like the more mysterious they are. You know, I like them having hunters, little. Yeah, I like the rules of it. Like, okay, when they come to fight, they're coming to fight the best, fighters. All right, cool. You get some backstory. I don't need to know their geopolitics and all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need this.
Yeah, just make the Predator a badass that shows up and kills people, and give me the story about the human, side of it, and the Predator should be the villain. So,
and I was wrong. It's Nice Guys, not the other guys.
It's Nice Guys.
Yeah. Man, that's the one I thought you were talking about was Nice Guys.
Yeah,
that was.
If you have not watched that, watch it, man. You will love it. Anyway.
All right, and then the last thing, unfortunately, we lost Margaret Kidder. She passed away at 69, and if you don't know who that is, she was Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeves Superman movies, and she was also in the Amityville horror films and everything.
That's pretty much her big claims to fame there.
She kind of had a rough third act the last couple.
She was bipolar and homeless there for a while, and then a lot of people found out about it. It was like, holy shit, let's get this, and so they helped her out, got her off the streets and everything. And it's a great. I mean, it's bad that she fell that far, but it was great that they were able to pick her up, and then she used her fame to kind of bring attention to bipolar disorder. So
that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Deadpool. So from here on out, there will be spoilers.
Before we do spoilers,
before we do them,
what'd you guys think? Just the overall, did you enjoy the movie? Give it a quick ranking 1 through 10, and then after that, be warned, we're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a little more Deadpool than I'm ever won't, but that doesn't mean I wasn't LOLing my ass off.
Yeah.
Most of the whole movie, I thought it was a little too packed with stuff. Again, doesn't mean I wasn't laughing my ass off. Yep. I don't think it is better than the last one, but I don't think it's worse. I think it is exactly equal to the last one.
What would you get it out on 1 through 10?
7.
I give it a 7 also.
Okay.
That's actually the exact. I gave it 7.5. I had a friend text me, and I was like, it's a 7.5. Comparing it to the first one, I think this one has a lot better action beats in it, like especially in the mid and third act.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them a lot better, a lot more clean. I thought the third act on the original Deadpool wasn't that great.
Kind of fell down a little bit.
I thought this one with some of the fights and the surprises was. Well, obviously they had more budget and stuff to do with it. The first act was what I had the issue with Deadpool. We'll go into that.
Yep. In the this one,
Deadpool 2. So I gave it a 7.5. Very enjoyable movie, very funny.
Very funny.
Chuck,
I got there as the opening credits started. I thought it was good. I guess I can see what y'all are saying, but it's not better than the first one, but it's not bad. So I can say at least a 7 on my part also.
It was a solid sequel.
I'm going to go 7.5, and I'm going to say I'm going to be the odd guy out, I guess, and say I think it was better than the first one.
Okay.
Well, and I don't even know if I'm saying that it's not better than the first one. I think it's almost on par. I think it shines a little brighter than the first one. So
I think the
are we
villains
spoiling? Or are you
not
just,
yet. No,
we're just mild. We're being mild.
Mild. I think the villains are better. I think
absolutely.
I think that the fights were better. The jokes were better. They were. I know because of the budget and everything, they were able to get away with a lot more in this one.
Yeah.
So
and there was so much to get away with in this one.
I think it was darker. Just certain parts of this movie were just dark, and I was like, I don't want that.
All right, so going forward from here, spoilers. Spoilers going forth. If you don't want it, stop, go watch it, and let's kind of kick it off. I like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. The first act, to me, like the whole with his lady friend dying, and I get it. I get why they want to do that to give it a little depth. I hated that whole sub story of like him keeps going to like his heaven and not being able to break through the wall. It felt
that part I did
because he's wanting to die.
Yeah, I could have done without that part.
I really thought though that was giving you a clue to the end of it, because it's like your heart's in the wrong place.
Well, I
thought at the very end when he shot him that his heart was
going to heal
literally
somewhere different.
in the wrong place, so that the shot wasn't going to kill him. He's just going to lay there.
Gotcha.
And try to die and wouldn't die, but they did something different.
I don't know. As soon as she died, I was like, well, you got Cable, you got time travel. This death doesn't feel like it's going to be definitive.
Yeah.
Right from the start. And so, and the whole, him going on the Earth side, it just was being at the very beginning of the movie.
If you didn't know Cable was in it, which is a spoiler, it might not have ruined that for you in the film.
What Cable's abilities were.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cable time travels within like that's the first thing he does. You see Cable, and that was like, and you guys jump in. Don't let me. But I felt Josh Brolin was fine as Cable, but I thought, and I don't even think it was Josh Brolin's fault. I just thought Cable didn't get really as much time.
Fleshed out that much.
Fleshed out.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, the first thing that I was asked when we came out, was it you, Chuck? How did you feel about Cable? Because I love
think it was
Cable.
you and Jade.
Maybe, or Mike. It was Mike, I think.
It was one of y'all, but it wasn't me.
Yeah, someone asked me how I felt, and I was like, he was fine, but he could have been any time-traveling mutant. It didn't have to be Cable, and we didn't get him. It wasn't the Cable I wanted. But who knows if I'll ever get that. But he wasn't a bad Cable.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad at all.
He was
badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had cool abilities.
I think he's just in there kind of just as a setup, too. Because, I mean, if you try to... He's another one of those characters. You try to put too much on
Oh, God. There's so much.
You're just going to... overwhelm people, so I get why
it's a very simplified version.
I get not giving the backstory, but just giving Brolin more chance to just be Cable. Like he was just used as action, fodder. He was just, like he had
interacting with Deadpool was
very little. Like I mean, there was some stuff on there, but like, and at the end when he was actually having those interactions, I was like, this is really fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. By the end, it was a much better interaction between the two.
And so like. That was one of the things I was noticing while I was watching it. Like I said, I thought he looked great and he was phenomenal, but like I agreed, he was just another time traveling badass. I did love him building the gun and putting all those pieces in the fucking dial.
Yeah, that guitar
thing, stuff like that was just like I was like, these are awesome little nods.
It absolutely could have been. I mean, it's Deadpool, so it shouldn't have been, but it could have been Bishop. Bishop could have been the same thing. I don't know. It had to be Cable because it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, that character that they gave us could have been any of them.
I thought, Ryan Reynolds is... I think he's even more comfortable as Deadpool now because I thought...
It seemed like it.
He just... I mean, obviously, it's his show to steal, and he did a great job stealing it.
Yeah.
He just owned it. Like, his deliveries were great. The interaction, the breaking the third wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Fourth wall?
Yeah, fourth wall, sorry. Just was badass. Like, Reynolds killed it, man.
You're talking about show stealing, though. Domino.
Domino was phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought she was...
She robbed that movie.
I love Domino.
I didn't think she was that great. I thought she was just enjoyable, but, I mean, I think it's awesome. Let's talk about this real quick, because I was thinking about it. If you take the marketing set it up for the biggest joke and payoff ever. Because when you watch the trailer, you're like, "Fuck yeah, X-Force, man!" All these characters, like you expect it to be a like this build up of a team, and they're going to go fight.
They did the same thing that Infinity War did. There were fake parts in the trailers where you have X-Force being badass.
Yeah. They give you a little
Shatterstar
like,
fighting.
Yeah.
Bedlam fighting.
Passion stuff.
And so like you're watching this trailer and you go with a certain expectation, and then they say, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
And they just kill them all off on the drop. I was dying.
Not all.
Mine is Domino. And I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Because like when Terry Crews, I don't know the
Bedlam.
When he was the first, I was like, not Terry.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Terry.
Shatterstar's coming down to the helicopter. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, holy fuck. Because at first I was like, because I don't know Bedlam's superpower, so I was expecting him to like get up and be like, "Oh, that was fucking crazy." I didn't realize he was dead. It wasn't until Shatterstar.
How did he die? I forget.
He hit a bus.
went first through a bus.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, like he's a superhero, like that's funny. He's gonna, and then Shatterstar hit the fucking
green slime everywhere.
I was like, oh fuck, I see what's happening.
Then the Vanisher, the Vanisher hits the fucking power lines.
I didn't catch that was Brad Pitt.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, it was Brad Pitt.
I didn't even catch it. I was just like,
it's like, we got a really big cameo. So I'm sitting there the whole movie kind of watching out for it, and I thought it was the X-Men.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's McAvoy in the fucking chair and everything.
All of that was the cameos and little things like that. The X-Men, the full team cameo,
they're like,
was so fucking good.
Close the door.
He's just be like, fuck no, Colossus is gonna handle this shit.
But like, so all of those guys falling out with the wind being knocked out, and then the fact that Mr. Mustache, what was his name? Peter. Like, I was like, oh fuck, Peter's gonna make it through the whole movie. I was like, yes, go Peter. He's like, who are we? He's like, X-Force.
Or when he tries to jump out of the helicopter, he's like sliding.
Yeah, sits down to like jump off.
But I was like, that is such a Deadpool thing to do, is to promote this movie. Like, you're going to get a full-blown and then kill them all off.
Yes.
I applauded. I was like, that was beautiful.
Well, there was another joke set up in Deadpool 1 that got paid off in 2 as well.
Really, what?
Well, he's talking to Al. He's like, before he leaves on the final mission, he's like, yeah, I left like so many kilos of cocaine and the cure for blindness.
Yeah.
Then you get back.
I forgot
it's
about
like, it's floorboard. It's like Wade's cocaine, Al's cure for blindness. Like, motherfucker.
But like I said, the comedy notes were great. What did you guys think of the little New Zealand kid, the Fire Fist?
He was foul mouth. I didn't like his mouth. He was potty mouth.
Well, God.
And
what's his actual name?
Russell.
Rusty. That's Rusty
Collins.
Yeah, Rusty Collins. I liked him. I thought he was a good.
No, I thought it was really good. I thought it was very funny. I just love. He's like, how many fat superheroes are there? Like, just all those little lines, and like he called calling his butthole the prison wallet.
Yeah, I was about to say. And then Deadpool talking about his butthole knife or whatever. Be careful, he has a butt knife.
That butt knife. I liked him. I liked the whole story. Like just a classic. We have to, if we stop him from committing this crime, we're going to change his life and we'll change the future. I thought it was a really good plot point because like watching the movie, especially because you don't really have a villain. As you're watching this movie, you got the idea that Cable's a bad guy, but you know that he's eventually going to become a good guy.
He's more of an antagonist,
more
than
the bad guy. The Essex Home.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that overarching bad guy where like they're sitting there.
I was so disappointed.
I just knew that the bald dude was going to be Mr. Sinister.
I was so pissed that he wasn't.
I was too.
Or the creepy dude with the lips.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, one of these guys is going to be Mr. Sinister, and it's like,
they've mentioned it twice and still nothing.
I'm so bad.
But then you get the big reveal of the Juggernaut being in the movie, and man,
some of us got it in the theater.
Yeah, that must have been nice.
It was in the trailer.
No,
it was not.
If you rewatch the trailer, when you see Colossus' fist going with that spear, he's hitting a domed figure. That's the Juggernaut's
head. That is a 0.00005 seconds.
Yeah, that's not the Juggernaut.
It's in the trailer. It's in it. How many other villains have big domes on their head?
Did you know going into the movie it was in there?
No,
a big ass metal dome.
I did not see that in the trailer
because when that was the whole reason why Deadpool released the fucking don't spoil this movie. We did a lot of stuff to keep secret for you to have this great experience in the theater. One being the X-Force being killed off, and then Juggernaut being a surprise villain, not in the trailer. But
I loved Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh was amazing.
Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Is that the girl that was also in Kill Bill? The one that also did the chain ball?
I don't think so.
She'd be a lot older by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, just like when she started doing the chain work, I was like, "There's how many people are that good with the chain and that are also." But no, the Juggernaut. Like, I just love that they keep it comic accurate because Deadpool's the only anybody else would Fox already did it before and they fucking ruined the Juggernaut. So making him on par with Colossus and having this giant man with the head. I really enjoyed it. I love that, he had that just rough fucking, Brooklyn accent, just, I'm going to rip you apart. And he fucking
I didn't even notice his voice. Yeah. His voice was so spot on. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Well,
it was.
Hold on, expensive
From what
CGI
I heard,
fight.
it was Ryan Reynolds did Juggernaut's voice too.
Is
Really?
it? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because he did really well. I just because there was a couple parts where the CG was a little wonky.
No,
Yeah.
it's the fact that
But the fight scene was really good.
Yeah.
when he turns the camera, he's like, "Hold on, expensive CGI
Yeah.
fight." Just shit like that.
No, the fight with them and Colossus is just so great. And it's,
Yes.
I love the scene where Deadpool is outside playing the music and Colossus is just like rolling around on the bed,
Trying not to pay attention.
Just like you having this internal debate of should I help this asshole?
Yeah. God.
Like they capture for being a giant CGI like aluminum can that it's done so well. Like
Yeah.
I think the music was chosen really well for this movie too.
Because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Dude,
Of
the
course.
beginning-
9 to 5. You got
how,
Dolly Parton right
how was
9 to 5.
Allison's face
No,
when they started
Allison
playing?
was like, she just had the biggest, most surprised, most completely happy that was going to be played.
See, I missed that because I hadn't got to the theater
Yeah,
yet.
and then the
Oh,
end credits was Cher's. If I could turn back
Oh
time.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
No, my favorite was the callback. They kept going back on dubstep, and because it was that same wonky song.
Like, is dubstep still popular?
Yeah.
It's like dubstep's for pussies.
Yeah. And he just starts calling them like, "Listen here, dubstep."
Yeah. The opening credits when they're doing the James Bond montage, and it's
It
the
was
Celine
beautiful.
Dion song. People are laughing. I'm like, are they laughing? Like,
No,
oh,
they're
it's
like
the song.
the credits.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the credits
It's
had
like,
all that wonky.
What
word.
did you do?
Oh yeah.
It's
Wait,
like,
From the guy that
haven't
killed
seen
John
it, but
Wicks.
I thought maybe that was a. I thought maybe the music video for that song was what they were parodying.
No.
It's just James Bond.
It's just that
it was
James
like a
Bond
James
style,
Bond
yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
But what
like the
everybody's
producer,
laughing at
the
is-
director.
Yeah.
Oh, all the little
How
titles.
could you do this to? How
Yeah.
could you do this? Someone who didn't want to be upstaged.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's pretty good.
It was a good movie. It was a lot of. I know we use this word a billion times about certain things, but this was a fun movie.
That's
It's
exactly
a
what
lot
it
Not
of
for
was.
kids at
Yeah.
all, but a fun movie.
I loved when Juggernaut bifurcated Deadpool, split him in two.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm
God,
the good
yeah.
part.
It's like,
And just like that. Now, did you guys
are you
notice that
cock
the
shirting?
the very, very last scene when they're walking away, Juggernaut's getting out of the pool?
Yes,
I missed
did
that.
saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yes, because he was so fun. And I was like, they're not gonna kill him off because if they do go Deadpool 3, I would love to see him return.
I was kind of sad that they killed off Black Tom without having any Black Tom.
That
And
was great.
I'm pretty sure he was African American, and just the giving Cable the shit for being racist.
yeah.
and
How much Cable just hated it, just hated everything he said.
I'm
He's
not
like,
racist, you
motherfucker.
fucking asshole.
Yeah. They
great.
worked off of each other
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, it is so much a Cable Deadpool relationship.
My hope
though,
is
from the
Deadpool
comics.
3 will be buddy cop style. It'll just be those two riding around
Now
perusing.
that would be that would be great.
Okay.
Or does it go in the same direction because
Or do they even
with
do one?
Disney having it?
So is the end credit scene? Do you think it's canon?
Yes,
Yeah, I was
because
thinking-
Fox. Because Fox doesn't give a fuck.
Because I did read a thing. They said because their hope. That's why they brought her back so she could become what superhero does she become?
Copycat.
Yeah, so she can become copycat in the future if they want to do that.
Yeah. Good.
So
And they brought Peter back.
yes.
The only
But
one.
just Peter.
Just Peter.
so
Which is also a Deadpool thing to do.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh,
the X-Men Origins movie, I'm like, he goes back there, and I'm like,
Bang.
how
Bang.
he actually got Hugh Jackman to show up. And then I realized what it was. I'm like, holy shit.
Bang, 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 bang.
Do you think was that actually Hugh Jackman, or
Yes.
did they just
It
pull
was
that from the
it
film?
was pulled from that film.
but yeah, great movie. Every
Yeah.
bit of a 7.5. It wasn't perfect, but
It was good.
It was a
really
good movie.
So far, we've had a great year for superhero films.
Yeah.
Comic films in general.
Yeah, you had Black Panther, you've had Infinity War, and now you've got Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know, Ant-Man and Wasp have a lot to live up to this year.
Yeah.
The trailers look fun for it. The trailers
It
have
does
been
look
really
fun.
fun. I'm not excited yet. I think when it gets closer, I'll get more excited for it.
I think those movies will be just fine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, rewatching the first Ant-Man, it was a lot of fun. It was funny.
I'm just ready for the train wreck of Solo that comes next week. But let's go on to the mailbag, guys.
Let's head to the mailbag. All right, Michael asks on our mailbag, many Marvel characters are based off of DC characters. Some could even say a ripoff. DC has done it too, but Marvel is far more guilty. That being said, why does DC suck so hard?
Because, Mike D, they suck.
Comic book wise,
No, they don't.
I've just never been able to get into them. I think this is something that goes both ways for sure. But I mean, I know like Thanos and Darkseid, Thanos and that other guy, and Deadpool and the other dude, and stuff like that.
Well, like I said, I'll suggest it again that the podcast where they go into it's interesting hearing the history of why it was.
Oh yeah.
Of the back and forth, but I think a lot of stuff with DC was the cocksure because they were usually first with stuff. They made the first true superhero movie with Superman, and they had a lot of success.
Yeah.
Then they went with Batman, but I think they just they think they know how to do it, and Marvel kind of sees what works and then makes it better. So
yeah,
DC. They're just on the last couple of years, just on the catch up, man. They're trying to
comic wise, from what I understand, they're killing it with their Rebirth stuff. I kept up the first 15, 20 issues of a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't think DC sucks. So I mean,
no, I think this is tongue in cheek.
I just
for
don't
sure.
have a way of accessing it. So,
Greg Still's back, and he says, so
Still.
never really a comic book guy. Had only seen the Guardians movies and Deadpool. Went to see Infinity War, and it was badass. Even my wife left saying she wanted to watch more of the series. We watched the first Thor today. Oh, no. And enjoyed it. Oh, okay. What are the other top movies in the Marvel movie catalog? So
all of them.
Top movies.
Top movies.
Are we doing top 10 or top 5?
No, just give the top
three.
two.
Your top three.
My top 3? We saw one of them.
Okay. Infinity War is top
It's
three.
in my top 3.
Okay.
Outside,
No, your top
outside
three.
of that.
What's your top 3?
Oh, outside of Infinity War,
Okay,
top
yeah.
3?
And
Okay.
Deadpool.
That's
Outside
fair.
Infinity War, Deadpool, and Thor 1. Lord forbid.
Damn it, that's my top 3.
I would say Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Definitely.
Winter Soldier's in mine, so that's one.
Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Winter Soldier, okay.
Doctor Strange would be my second.
Doctor Strange is not in my top.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
2.
He's mentioned
He's in Guardians, so
Okay,
no,
seen both of
we're
those.
getting rid of Guardians.
I listened.
If you haven't, go ahead and see both Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man Homecoming.
I was going to say Homecoming,
Yeah.
maybe.
Definitely Homecoming.
Third, taking out Guardians.
For me, it's Thor Ragnarok right now.
Oh, absolutely. Ragnarok. Yeah, you're on it.
Or Iron
You're on
Man
it.
1.
Or Black Panther.
Yeah.
Or Black Panther. Yeah, I mean,
Or Iron Man 1. All of those are probably some
There's
of the best.
19 different movies you can go
Choose
to.
from, yeah. So it's hard to knock it down to those. I think the best series, other than Avengers, because Avengers 1 and 3 are phenomenal. 2 is not bad, but Captain America, I think, has the best trilogy right now.
Yeah.
Because the first one's good, the second one
one's
is
amazing.
incredible, and the third one, I think, is good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Any more mailbags?
That's the mailbag.
All right, guys. Well, this has been Nerds Get Laid Sometimes. Don't forget, coming up this month, we got Solo this week, and then Friday dropping, we got Toys Who Made Us.
Yeah, the second half of season
on
1.
Netflix. Good.
Yeah.
So make sure to get, mark your calendars, watch that. We'll be talking to you guys next week, talking about all of this.
Later, bonus. Oh, no. Teaching. Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Record Town Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds Who Get Laid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks Worldwide Podcast Network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod Podcast Network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!